$30 to $55 a night. That's the mandatory resort fee on nearly every hotel room on the Las Vegas Strip. It never appears in the advertised price. Book 3 nights, and you're paying over $100 you didn't agree to. But some Las Vegas hotels don't charge resort fees at all. The question is why, and what that reveals about how this city really prices a room. In 2004, Station Casinos introduced the first mandatory resort fee in Las Vegas. The company quietly added a $5 daily charge to guest bills. It described the charge as a way to cover the costs of new amenities, including Wi-Fi, pool access, and fitness centers that had become standard expectations. At the time, the fee was small enough that few travelers noticed, but the move set a precedent that would ripple across the city. Within a year, MGM Resorts International adopted a similar approach, tacking on a daily surcharge of $10 to $12 at flagship properties like the Bellagio, the MGM Grand, and Mandalay Bay. MGM's public statements framed the charge as a necessary offset for the rising costs of high-speed internet and expanded housekeeping, and they emphasized guest convenience over profit. Other operators watched closely as these early adopters tested the boundaries of what guests would accept. The fees remained modest, rarely more than $12 per night through the middle of that decade, but their presence on guest folios was unmistakable. What started as a regional experiment quickly gained momentum, with each new adopter citing the need to keep pace with modern amenities and recover operational costs. By the end of the decade, the resort fee had evolved from a minor line item into a defining feature of Las Vegas hotel pricing. The groundwork was laid for widespread adoption, as operators realized that a small separate charge could generate millions of dollars in additional revenue without raising the base room rate. This early momentum would soon reshape the economics of the Strip, setting the stage for a citywide standard that few travelers could avoid. In 2013, Caesars Entertainment implemented a mandatory resort fee across all its flagship Las Vegas properties, including Caesars Palace, Harrah's, and the Cromwell. This decision effectively completed the transformation of resort fees from an experimental charge to a citywide standard. Caesars executives described the move as aligning with industry best practices for ancillary revenue, framing the fee as essential to maintain high-quality amenities and meet guest expectations. The daily charge, ranging from $15 to $18 at launch, was justified as covering bundled services like Wi-Fi, pool access, and fitness centers, amenities that had once been included in the room rate. With Caesars' adoption, every major casino group on the Strip now listed a resort fee on guest folios. The pricing structure shifted across the market. Instead of raising base room rates, a move that could push properties lower in online search rankings, operators kept headline prices competitive while adding the mandatory fee at checkout. This approach allowed hotels to appear cheaper on travel sites, even as the true nightly cost rose for guests. The separation of base rate and resort fee became a structural feature of Las Vegas hospitality, making the added charge nearly unavoidable for most travelers booking a room on the Strip. By normalizing the practice, the largest casino operators fundamentally altered how visitors experienced hotel pricing. The resort fee became a predictable, if often resented, part of the Las Vegas stay. For travelers, the gap between advertised rates and actual costs widened, setting the stage for growing frustration and the search for alternatives that promised greater transparency. A Las Vegas hotel room may advertise a nightly rate of $99, but the real cost rarely stops there. At checkout, a mandatory resort fee, now standard across most major Strip properties, appears as a separate charge, often between $30 and $55 per night. The median fee in 2026 sits in the low 40s, according to industry audits. That means for a 3-night stay, guests routinely pay an extra $120 in non-optional fees before taxes are even added. The mechanics are consistent. The fee is bundled with taxes and collected at checkout, regardless of whether the guest uses the amenities it claims to cover. Wi-Fi, pool access, and fitness centers are typically listed as included, but the charge is unavoidable. On booking sites, the fee is often hidden until the final payment screen, creating a gap between the price travelers expect and the total they actually pay. This structure has a direct effect on travel budgets. For a family planning a long weekend, the resort fee alone can rival the cost of an extra night's stay at a fee-free property. Over the course of a year, Las Vegas hotels collect more than $3 billion in these fees, making them a major source of revenue, about 12% of total room income for some operators. The disconnect between advertised rates and final bills has become a flashpoint for frustration. As the fee climbs past $40 per night at most strip hotels, travelers are left searching for alternatives that promise greater transparency and fewer surprises at checkout. Motel 6 Las Vegas, located on East Fremont, stands out as a clear example of the fee-free model in action. During a recent booking for mid-October, the room rate appeared as $22 plus tax, with an unmistakable no resort fee banner displayed throughout the checkout process. The final nightly total, $24.78, including Nevada's 13% tax, matched the advertised price. No extra charges, no fine print. Public rate sheets and local travel guides reinforce this approach, listing Motel 6 as a zero-frills, no resort fee option. Jane Harper, the property's spokesperson, confirmed that the no-fee policy is central to their pricing strategy. She noted a 7-point increase in occupancy after the hotel began highlighting the all-in rate, while average daily rate held steady. This translated into a 3% rise in revenue per available room, demonstrating that the absence of a resort fee can drive both bookings and profitability. Downtown, the Las Vegas offers a similar model with a different target market. Bookings for early November show a standard king room at $79 plus tax, again with a clear no resort fee note in the price summary. The total at checkout, $84.57 per night, covers all amenities. According to revenue manager Carlos Mendez, removing the resort fee led to a 4% drop in average daily rate but a 9% jump in occupancy, ultimately improving revenue per available room by 5%. Guest reviews consistently mention the ease of budgeting and the absence of hidden charges as major advantages. Archived online travel agency listings back up these claims, showing a persistent no-resort fee badge across multiple years, while neighboring properties continue to tack on $25 to $45 per night surcharges. These two hotels illustrate that a transparent, fee-free approach is not only possible but also competitive in the Las Vegas market. In 2015, the Nevada Attorney General reached a settlement with several major hotel operators, requiring clearer disclosure of resort fees during the booking process. The agreement forced hotels to list the mandatory charge prominently before guests committed to a reservation, addressing complaints that fees were too often hidden until the final payment screen. Despite this regulatory step, the business reality remained unchanged. Resort fees had become an entrenched revenue stream. Internal financial reports from leading strip operators reveal that these charges now account for a low double-digit share of total room income, about 12% for some companies. For hotels, the mandatory fee is more than a line item. It is a dependable source of profit that shapes everything from marketing strategy to nightly pricing. The legal requirement for disclosure did little to slow the growth of these fees or reduce their importance to the bottom line. A hospitality analyst says search engines sort by the lowest rate, not the real rate. The analyst points out that if a hotel splits out a $45 fee, it jumps ahead in the rankings, even though travelers pay the same or more at checkout. A consumer advocate counters that resort fees are a hidden tax. The advocate says these fees mislead guests and force people to pay for basics that should already be included. This is not transparency, it is deception. On the operator side, an MGM Resorts executive offers a different view. The executive says when the company added the $45 daily resort fee, online bookings climbed 8%. The lower headline price made the hotel look like a better deal, and that drives conversion. The result is a pricing system where visibility, trust, and profit collide, each voice staking a claim on what fairness in Las Vegas hospitality really means. Today, hidden fees shape the true cost of a Vegas stay, testing consumer trust and industry credibility. As travelers demand transparency, hotels face a clear choice: prioritize profits or build loyalty. The future of Las Vegas hospitality may depend on which side wins that standoff. Share your thoughts below.